Some of your coping mechanisms are dull. No wonder why you're not cutting anything. You gotta sharpen it. You gotta broaden those skills. And the more you know how to cope with your thing you got going on, the more you're gonna be able to slay it. Slay right through it. You don't slay a dragon with a dull knife. You slay it with a sharp one, right? Exactly. It's a metaphorical way of speaking, but it's a way that other people can sometimes understand. The right coping skills. It'll make it feel like your anxiety and depression aren't there anymore. Now let me tell you something about your anxiety and depression. It's like a switch. You're always gonna have it. But if you take care of it, make sure it stays in the place where it's supposed to be, it won't feel like it's even there. And it's true. Because the more you broaden those skills, the more you're building your own armor. The next time your anxiety and your depression goes to attack you, it feels like a little puny ant screaming at you and you can't even hear it. Your anxiety and depression is the biggest bully to you. And it's true. What do we do to bullies, guys? We don't let them bully us, right? You're not supposed to. You're supposed to stand up to it. Well, your depression and anxiety, like I said, are one of the biggest bullies that you'll have. Stand up to it. And yeah, I know it's inside your head and nobody else can see it, but you gotta be the one to stand up to it because nobody else can see what you're going through. You got this. All of you do. If 23-year-old me can do that, I know anybody can. I'm not very old. I got more for it to me because I learned this while I was still young. Because I still got probably a whole life to live ahead of me. I'm gonna need this. So will you all. You will need this. You need this mindset. You need to feel as good as what I do. And it shouldn't come with a price. You shouldn't have to pay a counselor to get to this point. This point is just being alive. And actually feeling alive. And anybody should feel like that, in my opinion. It's not fun to feel dead. Feel like you're drowning like a damn anchor. Nobody should have to feel that. Medication's not gonna fully solve your issue. All it does is it kind of like gives it a barrier, maybe. But you gotta learn the other parts of getting better to get better because, well, a vaccine protects you, but it doesn't stop you from getting sick. Depression and anxiety meds can kind of stop certain symptoms, but it doesn't mean you won't get sick. That's why it's important that you find those other things too that help it. And it's different for everyone. It can start with breathing strategies to talking to yourself differently, from changing your life up a little bit or your lifestyle. It can start with general self-care and just feeling fresh about yourself. It can start with changing up something about yourself. It can start with a lot of different things. That is what I'm telling you, but it works differently for everyone. And let me tell you, the best way to cure that is to do a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything when it comes to those things. So take a little bit of self-care, take a little bit of changing up your lifestyle, take a little bit of talking to yourself differently, and work on every little bit of those things, a little bit at a time. This is how you build your armor. You gotta have shoes just like you got a helmet, right? You gotta have a chest plate just like you got pants. So just think about that a little bit. Building your armor means you have to have all pieces there. And when it comes to your mentality, it works the same way. You gotta have all pieces there. And you're building a mindset that is strong. It won't tear you down anymore. You're grounded into the ground. That's what it feels like to be sane. It feels like you're grounded. Because you're not flying around. Like, it really feels like you're grounded mentally. Like, you got this. Nothing's gonna take you down type of mentality. To be alive, to feel alive, you gotta have a strong mentality. You really do nowadays. Because there's a lot of weak people around you that want you to be in the same spot that they're in. That's how weak people think, unhealthy. And they want to take advantage of you. Because they don't think highly of themselves. And they think stealing that from somebody who does is going to give them that when they don't realize that that's not how it works. They want to steal your smile because they don't know how to smile. And they think that's how it's going to give them a smile because they're going to think I took something away from somebody, ha 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 type of mentality in their head, literally. That's what they think. But when they find somebody like me and they realize, oh, that doesn't work with her, it pisses them off. 100%. I've seen it, been there, dealt with it. I've pissed off a lot of people because of that. But you know why it pisses them off? Because I got something they can't steal. They can't have it. That's why. Not that way. You can't steal my happiness. You can't steal what I've created. You can't steal what I have buried in armor. Tactics you'll never, ever have unless you earn it yourself. You can't steal what's not physical. You can't steal what you can't see. Can you? You may be able to steal material, but you can't steal what's in my head. And that's common sense. I'm the only person in my head. So nobody can steal what I know.